operations after several years of inactivity, marking a significant boost for Ghana's downstream petroleum sector. The restart follows the successful completion of major turnaround maintenance works on the crude distillation unit between August 1 and October 30, 2025. Now, the National Petroleum Authority subsequently carried out regulatory inspections and granted clearance after confirming the refinery's compliance with all safety and operational requirements. In a statement issued, TOR says it will operate under a phased approach in the coming months to stabilize systems and optimize performance ahead of its full recommissioning. Let's go over the phone lines and speak to Duncan Amoah, who is Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Merry Christmas.
Good evening, Zoe, and thank you for having me.
So what does the resumption of crude oil refining for TOR mean to the ordinary Ghanaian?
So this is what it means. You are importing finished products, which is petrol, diesel, kerosene, aviation, kerosene, a host of petroleum products that you would need the foreign exchange to pay for, which is the dollar. And so if there's pressure on the dollar, bear in mind that the CD will come under pressure because the petroleum importation space would require top dollar to be able to pay for that importation. What that also means is that we are paying refineries across Europe, the ARA region, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Antwerp. And then we are paying refineries in the Gulf to supply products to us. Mind you, what it means to refine, I'm just trying to get to the petroleum economics or numbers. What it means to refine is the crude plus what you call tolling or that processing bit. And so when you go to buy refined products outside, what it means is that you are paying for the crude, you are paying for the refining, which is the process of converting the hydrocarbons to finished products for your people. And so you pay top dollar. We have set time without number that allowing importation to be 100% is simply to say that we can't do anything and that we'll create jobs for refineries in Europe, we'll create jobs for refineries across the Gulf Corporation and the UAE, so that they will refine, we will go and buy the finished product. That is not good enough. What all coming back on stream means is this. In the late 90s, 98, 99, thereabouts, Tema Oil Refinery single-handedly was contributing 5% of Ghana's GDP, all alone. And then, due to our overbearing politics, and instead of handling the place as an economic concern, we went in with politics over staffing issues, redundancy issues, not keeping the plan working as it should. And so we bring TOR to its knees, and that will mean we have to import everything we consume. I am happy to hear today that the refinery is now back to work or operationalization. What it will mean is that if you do 25%, if you read their statement, they are saying they are currently doing about 28,000. That should be about 28% of our net national daily need or demand. And so it will mean that we will not have to import that volume of petroleum products using top dollar. If you are doing 400 million US on a monthly, what it will mean is that you are scaling back about 100 million, if not more, because you have a refinery that is probably working. If you add the likes of Central, Akaba, and plus of the other refineries across, and they are able to even cover 50%, it means that your import cover of 400 would decline to about 200. So if you add the cost of crude, and it even goes to about 300, you would be making some significant savings on your forex or FX. And so it is long overdue that TOR and the other refineries should have been helped. I said a year ago that if refining wasn't profitable or beneficial, Africa's richest man, Dangote, wouldn't have gone in investing almost 13, 15 billion USD to put up the Dangote refinery in our neighboring Nigeria. Yeah. But in Ghana, we took it as though it means nothing, and that if we don't even refine, it's okay. And I think that we should commend the current management. We should encourage the finance ministry and the Bank of Ghana to go in there with a requisite investment so that Ford does not process the cargo they have currently. And then because they are unable to get revolving cargo coming in,
all right.
A few months down the line, we revert to idleness. I think that is good news, but I think that a lot more work would need to be done at this point for sustainability to be guaranteed. Anything other than that, Zoe, it might be one of the good news you hear, but it doesn't last that long.
All right, so what does this mean for Ghana's downstream petroleum sector? And based on what you've said, are we likely to see a drop in fuel prices if TOR is to sustain its operations?
Sorry, if you go through their statement, you are looking for significant production volumes. And so if they are doing about 28,000 BPS, barrels per stream day, that would mean 28%. We're doing about 99,000 to 100,000 barrels daily. So if they are able to scale up per their statement, which indicates that they are hoping to be able to get up to 45,000 with some coolers that they intend to install, they already have them. That's 45% already. Zoe, it could drop fuel prices for you and I because, like I've always maintained, the logistics that you would require to, as it were, import the product, if the product is processed in Amsterdam, and you need to go for a vessel, a long haul, to put it in, you are paying for freight, you are paying for insurance, you are paying for even captains on board that freight, that vessel. And so if you're able to eliminate all of this, it could give you some significant savings at the pumps. But then again, I would caution it is early days yet to expect a reflection of these on your pump prices immediately because, like I've said, sustainability has not been guaranteed yet. Plant is up, very good news. But as to whether we are going to get the type of cargo that TOR requires to be able to stay operational week on week, end, that remains to be seen largely, and for which I think that the finance ministry should not take this lightly. Whatever support that they would need to give that refinery, they should go in there and give to them. If they don't, we'll simply be wasting away this golden opportunity that the management has so far been able to secure for all of us. The plant is working clearly. Again, there's a major challenge that those of us downstream are also aware of. You have diesel coming into country from the BDCs. That is about 10 and 50 ppm or parts per million. TOR presently is able to deliver about 1,500 ppm. It is not as clean as the 50 and the 10 ppm. But you would need an investment in the desulfurizer to be able to bring your products to a cleaner spec. And so we would also expect, like I have said, that there will be some investment or retooling or capital injection in there to bring TOR to a modern state so that you and I can derive the benefit of, us refining locally instead of just going in to import everything every single month and paying for, like I indicated, logistics of carrying products from one part of the world to our part of the world. We can refine here.
All right.
But there's a lot to be done, and I think that, like I've indicated, we should encourage the handlers of your economy to go in there, put in the necessary injection or investment to ensure that fall does not come as a flash in the pan. It's up today. A few months down the line, we revert to idle and the excuses begin. It's a long way home, and I think that is a good start, though.
All right, thank you so much. That was Duncan Amwa, who is Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers. Let's turn attention to some other stories now.